You have the look of an adventurer. Adventurers love little tasks, do they not? Well, I need you to head into the forest and pick a glimpse room for me. You haven't the faintest idea what a glimpse room is, do you? Glimpse room is the common name for a variety of fungus with a unique white phosphorescence. What did you say? A glowing mushroom? Yes, I suppose you could put it that way. There's a colony on the rock face in the southwest of Peace Garden. But do not simply pick the first one you come across. The brightest glowing mushroom you can find if you please. Well, yes, I would love to be able to harvest glimpse rooms for myself. But there is the small matter of Ixali scouts. Not terribly friendly, those chaps. Off you go then. This is where we store the Montoy beans. Hurstmill is famous for them, you know. We use every part of the bean, from the juice to the pulped husk. It would be the perfect food, if not for the horrendous smell. Micromanaging. Curupira, an especially savage mycotu, is on the loose and must be reduced to mulch, lest it be allowed to roam the forest freely, feeding on cuddly woodland creatures and Lalafellian children. They really had it out for Lalafels when they wrote 2.0. Haven't encountered much Lalafell hate late in the later expansions. Were you able to find the glimpse rooms? Glimpse room, a variety of fungus found in Peace Garden that naturally emits a soft white glow. Ah, would you look at that glow? Perfect. This will help me mix a potent remedy for the creeping death. To forestall the obvious death is a deadly plague that once ravaged the Hyurian population of Credania. Though it can now be cured through simple conjuring, it doesn't hurt to have a ready supply of the medicine. After all, out here in Hurstmill, we cannot always rely on a conjurer to be on hand whenever a youngling coughs. Thank the matron for wandering adventurers, though. Well, this wandering adventurer happens to be a conjurer. Also, now Hurstmill is far out again. The world keeps shrinking and expanding. Oh well. Ain't seen your face round here afore. It's my sworn duty to keep the peace in Hurstmill and protect her from them as would do her people harm. If you mean to stay for a spell, you'll have to prove you can be trusted. Ours ain't a large community, and we've hardly any fighting folk, so there's always a need for battle-savvy types, what with all the beasties lurking hereabouts. As it happens, we've been suffering from an outbreak of midges of late. The buggers are driving our patrols to distraction. Now, if you were to exterminate, say, half a dozen swarms, we'd know you for a friend. A word, adventurer. If you want our trust, you'll have to earn it. And that ain't no mean feat, let me tell you. 'Tis more than worth the trouble, though, for once you've proven yourself a friend, you'll never want for stauncher allies than us. You've done us a kindness and proven yourself capable besides. Take this with Hurstmill's thanks. Oh, before you go, I've thought of something else you could do for us. Would you mind going to the hedge tree and seeing that all's well? Since ancient times, the tree has guarded these woods with her holy presence. Lately though, we've been hearing reports of Ixal pecking around in her vicinity. No more than scouts I'd wager, but if they were to lay their filthy hands on the hedge tree, well, it don't bear thinking about. So I'd be much obliged if you head southeast to the hedge tree and see that no harm has come to her. Oh, and if you chance to encounter any Ixal, send them packing. Be warned though, the Beardmen ain't like to take their leave without a fight. Make sure you go well prepared, and keep your eyes peeled, alright? Slew an Ixal, did ya? Ha! Bloody birds will think twice before coming near our hamlet. The Ixal once dwelt in the 12th you know, but long ago they woke the green wrath and were driven out. Needless to say, they weren't best pleased when us Gridanians took their place here. In fact, it's none other than this resentment what kindled their hatred for us. Ah, but I suspect I'm boring ya. By defending the hedge tree, you've once more proven yourself a friend to Hearsmill. If you can spare a moment, I ask that you speak with the others in the hamlet. Many of us here could use a hand, and I can think of none better to assist them. We've already done that, but thanks anyway. The magical fruit. Oppos in search of Muntoy beans have begun raiding Hearsmill storehouses. Slay the beastkin and prevent any sacks of beans from being stolen. The kindness of strangers. Pardon me, milady, might you be the adventurer of whom Eadbert speaks so highly? If you could but spare a moment. I've never thought myself a popular girl, and men rarely give me cause to believe otherwise. Yet lately I've been the recipient of several gifts. Sparkling jewels and fine silks over which a prouder maid than I would surely swoon, all from an anonymous admirer. Naturally I was flattered, but I knew nothing of my mysterious benefactor. And so I endeavored to seek him out, only to discover that he is none other than Aelbert, an infamous rogue wanted for countless robberies in Gridania. I realize now that all his presents were taken from others, and that I have unwittingly won the affections of a dangerous criminal. But that's not all. With his latest gift came a request. He insists that we meet in the woods outside of Hearsmill, where he intends to present me with his most precious gift. I am at a loss. I beg of you, milady, will you not go in my stead? I wish only to be left in peace, but I fear a man such as he may be driven to violence when made to hear such words. I pray no harm comes to you. You hear a man cry out in rage. All for naught. I give thanks that you are unharmed at least. A letter for me. Scented letter, a sweetly scented letter dropped by Aelbert. My dearest Emeria, I pray this letter finds you well. I know my gifts were sudden and many, but I hope they were to your liking. Seeing you in the first summer of your womanhood, I could restrain myself no longer. My thoughts have been only of you these past many moons, of what gifts might bring you happiness. Yet to see you smile from afar is not nearly enough. I long to live together with you in Hearsmill, and nothing would bring me greater joy. I would give you a grand garden, filled with the white chamomile you love so. But such dreams can never come true. My crimes are known and will never be forgiven. The most I can hope for is for you to know my heart. That would grant me a measure of peace, and so, if it does not cause you distress, I would write to you again. Yours ever, Aelbert. Thank you for bringing me this letter, Monigate. His most precious gift. I understand now. But how did he know my favorite flower? Is Aelbert... No, it can't be. Anyway, we must return the presents to their rightful owners. I know it will not erase this Aelbert's sins, but perhaps the 12 will free him more kindly. Forgive me this final request, but could you go to Gridania and speak with a woman named Meone? You should find her in the Carline Canopy. Tell her of all that transpired here today. She'll know what to do. Is the dialogue updated? No. At first I thought my headset was crashing out, but I think these are fireworks. Which means there's an event going on. Nice. Yep, I was right. Good, then I don't have to spend another 13 euros for a new headset. A message from Emeria of Hurstmill, you say? I see. Oh, Aelbert, you fool. I'll deal with the stolen goods, worry not. Yes, I know of the boy, and his family. He once lived in this very town. One day, he stole a handful of chamomile seeds from an influential merchant in Ebony Stalls. You see, this boy had a sister, and chamomile was her favorite flower. Seeking only to make his sister happy, I doubt he grasped the gravity of his act. Regardless, his parents felt that he had brought terrible shame to the family, and so they disowned him. Cast out of heart and home, he grew desperate, and those who think only of survival think little of the law. A common enough tale, perhaps, but no less tragic for it. And now you know the truth. The sister Aelbert loved so dearly is Emeria. Emeria was too young to remember when Aelbert left, so her parents decided to conceal his existence. However, word of the boy's banishment soon spread, and her parents were forced to move to Hurstmill to maintain the fiction. By now, Emeria surely heard rumors of her long-lost brother, though a gentle girl like her would never question her parents' honesty, and whatever faint memories she once may have had are long gone. But Aelbert has never forgotten Emeria. Despite the danger, I suspect he now keeps close to Gridania, refusing to leave his beloved sister a second time. I'll send Emeria some chamomile seeds by way of thanks for helping us to recover the stolen goods. If only it were as simple as returning them to the rightful owners. Sadly, Aelbert's crimes will not be so easily forgiven. But perhaps, by the time these seeds have sprouted and their flowers bloomed, he will have found a new path. Seems a bit of an overreaction for what is little more than a bit of mischief from a child. Trial by Wind. Greetings, Monigate. Each time we meet, the part of conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Fullflower Camp in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Herer Wulfie. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wulfie is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to define the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. And here we are in a new zone. I probably should record more of the zone as we enter it, so I can give a bit of a vibe of the place, so to say. Especially in the later expansions, the zones become more interesting than a forest, a desert, or a grass plain. Not that I dislike the zones in the early game, I think I still managed to make them quite interesting. Just not as interesting as the later zones. Now I see bees, I won. Honey-seeking imps are killing off peaceful bees, and if the malevolent monsters are not stopped soon, honey production in the 12th could suffer a serious blow. Not good. Can I heal the bees? I can. Great. And a kind person is helping us out over there. Or rather, they arrived first, so we are helping out. We are the kind person helping someone out. That's how I should say it. Now I could let them die, so I can resurrect them and get the achievement. But that's not how I roll. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, there's an achievement for resurrecting a person that's not in your group. Most people have probably done it through a friend or something. Usually when people die in this game they instantly resurrect because there's no penalty, except for in a few zones, and I don't know if the resurrection achievement will also pop off in said zones. I need to keep an eye on the bees. Too bad. Oh well. Yeah, that one's on me. You must be Monegate. Brother Aesumion sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of hearer and, well, you are my first student. Yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there is a small spring, giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarms which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, Monegate, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. Be at ease, adventurer. Rosa raises her honeybees here with the blessing of the elementals. Then where were the elementals when the bees were in trouble?